Hello and welcome to the Blue Skills Training Program. I am Isaac Gimberson and I'm your coach on the program. In today's class, we will be talking about resilience. So before we go into the class, I'll first of all start by training you on how to pronounce the word, right? Many of us make the mistake of pronouncing it as resilience, but it is actually resilience, right? So the S is sounded as a Z. So the next time you meet your friend, you tell them it is resilience and not resilience. Now let's go to the definition. What is resilience? Resilience is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from setbacks, difficulties, and challenges. It is the process of successfully adapting to difficult or challenging life experiences, right? So, a resilient person is either someone who knows how to adapt to difficult challenges or someone who is able to endure or to bounce back from a difficult situation or a difficult circumstance. The interesting part is that what resilience is not a gift, right? Resilience is a skill. It means that every single one of us, including you watching this class right now, can develop resilience, that ability to bounce back after facing a difficult situation or a difficult life circumstance. Now, types of resilience. Number one, we have psychological resilience, right? And that is the ability to cope mentally or to adapt to challenging situations. So the mental fortitude, the mental strength, and the mental ability to stay and to be able to survive or to recover quickly from challenging situation is called what? Psychological resilience. Then we also have emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is your ability to manage your emotions during a difficult situation or to be able to bounce back emotionally having faced a difficult circumstance or a situation. Next is physical resilience, right? It's the physical strength, right? To be able to go through difficult circumstances and physical ability, sorry, to go through challenging circumstances and then to bounce back when there has been a setback. It also means to have stamina, okay, to be able to endure those kind of difficult situations. Then the last is community resilience, right? Now, community resilience is when a group of people who have gone through particular difficult situation or difficult circumstances are able to go through it, survive, and then to bounce back after such difficult situation. We know of different communities that have gone through wars. We know different communities that have faced maybe natural disasters or gone through certain very life challenging circumstances, and they're able to go through it as a people, and then they're able to bounce back or recover from it. That is called community resilience. Now, what is the importance of resilience, you might ask? Number one, resilience is important because life is full of difficulty. Even the best among us usually have those moments where things are difficult, or usually have those turn of events that are sad and tragic. Resilience is one of the tools that you can use to be able to survive and bounce back. So resilience is very important because life generally has challenges and it's something that you cannot escape. Secondly, resilience is important because it is key to success in business and in career. Whether you're a business person or a career person, there are always challenges that you will face on your way to accomplishing your goals in business and in career. And resilience is one of the skills that you must have that will help you to drive through those challenges or those difficult moments, right? Number three, resilience is important because it helps you to achieve your dreams and your goals. If you have mental resilience, if you have physical resilience, if you have emotional resilience, then when you are pursuing a particular goals, if you're facing challenges, whether mentally, emotionally, or physically, you're able to pull through and become successful. And this helps you to achieve your goals. So resilience is very important for achieving your dreams and your goals. Finally, resilience. People without resilience, sorry, people without resilience become hopeless and helpless in difficult situations. If you don't have resilience, then the moment you're faced with a difficult situation, you give up, right? And people who give up end up never achieving anything, right? So they say winners don't quit. And the reason why winners don't quit is because they possess a particular quality that is called resilience. And this is why resilience is very important. So here are four factors that affect resilience. Number one, lack of confidence or low self esteem. So if you are not very proud of yourself, you're not proud of your physical look, you're not proud maybe of your academic background, you're not proud of, there's just something about you, maybe you're living with a disability, and that kind of creates some level of insecurity in you, you may not be able to find the motivation to develop resilience. So this is a factor that affects resilience. Secondly is what? Lack of competence, right? So lack of competence is basically you having sufficient knowledge for what you are involved in or what it is that is your business or your career. When you don't have sufficient knowledge, it kind of affects your ability to move on because all of a sudden you don't know what to do. So one of the key factors affecting resilience is lack of what? Competence. All right. So that's ignorance. Then number three is lack of commitment. This is a factor that can affect what? Your resilience, your will to go on is what? Lack of what? Commitment, which is also called what? Laziness. So you don't find yourself having that motivation to want to push or to do the things that you're supposed to do to achieve your goals. Finally, lack of connection, right? The people that you surround yourself with are very, very important. If you're surrounded by resilient people, you're surrounded by people who are ready to support you when you're going through a difficult time, you, you tend to find the strength, the mental strength, the emotional strength, the physical strength that is needed to push through a difficult season and sometimes even to bounce back after that season is over. So, connection, having relationships, quality relationships, or people that help you to develop resilience is very important. So, how can you overcome the obstacles to resilience? One, build your confidence and self esteem. You must have a can do attitude, regardless of your background, regardless of what you have suffered, regardless of what your insecurities are. You have to have a can do attitude. That attitude that says, I can do this thing, right? The people who are doing it don't have two heads, like we usually say, or the people who are doing it are not special. If they did it, then I can do it. So that is what? Building your confidence, okay, and self-esteem. Secondly, you have to convince yourself that every failure is an opportunity to learn and not the end, right? So when you encounter failure, the difference sometimes between people who are resilient and people who are not is their belief system. So people who are resilient believe that when they encounter a failure, which is normal, from time to time, you're going to face failure. But when you encounter that failure, how do you see it? Some people see failure as an opportunity to learn, right? While others see failure as the end of the matter. If you see failure as the end of the matter, you will not be able to develop resilience. But if you see failure as an opportunity to learn, then you're able to learn the lesson and then you're able to go back again. And that is very key to developing resilience. Next, number three is what? Be surrounded by achievers and resilient people. I've already stated this in the former session that if you surround yourself around the right people, then you will also be able, that habit that they have of resilience and self-motivation will rub off on you. You're just going to find out that you naturally begin to do those things. Number four is practice self-talk. This is one thing that has worked very much for me. You have to learn how to talk to yourself. You have to tell yourself, oh Isaac, you can do this. Oh Isaac, this is not the end. Isaac, let's go on. I know things are difficult, but we can push through. The end is near, right? So you have to learn how to self-talk yourself. If I'm maybe working on a particular project and the project is difficult, I just keep on telling myself, oh, do you know what? By so date, this particular project will be over. and would have succeeded. So you have to learn how to talk to yourself. It's very important, and it's something that you have to what? You have to practice. So you have to practice what? Self-talk. Finally, you have to have a purpose and a goal. When you have a purpose and a goal, right, and then you are pursuing it, you make up your mind that you're not going to stop until you reach that particular goal. It tends to build resilience in you, because as long as you have not achieved that goal, you are not stopping, right? So if you're a winner, you do not quit. That's it. But you have to have a goal that you are working towards, and that's very important. So here's the activity for this week. Write down a list, right, of new qualities that you want to develop in yourself, and then begin to practice self-talk. The main thing I want you to get out of this particular class is how to use self-talk to, one, build your motivation, and number two, to build resilience. So write down some new skills, right? Like, okay, I want to be smarter. Okay, I want to be stronger. I want to be I want to improve my self-esteem, right? When you write them down for the whole of this week, what you begin to do is you begin to self-talk, okay? Begin to find time to talk to yourself and say, okay, Isaac, from now on, you are proud of yourself, you are smart, and you are great, and you're going to do great things. You can achieve your goals, and all things are possible. So it's called self-talk. It's very important. For those of you who watch sports, you will see that athletes, they do that before they start their games, right, or they start their races. Sportsmen, they do that before they start whatever they want to do, because self-talk is, what you're doing is that you're priming your mind and your brain to believe what you already believe in your heart. All right, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next class.